2 hours on just the selectmen.
Fascinating.
But yeah, if you have 3 hours to kill, you know, those drives into Boston, just put it on and just listen as you're driving in, like a podcast. That's right. It's like a podcast. It kind of is.
Live.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. The Newton Planning Board would like to hold a public meeting on February 28th, 2023 at 7 o'clock at the Newton Town Hall. So as chair of the planning board, I declare that there's a weather emergency to invoke RSA 91A:2 subsection 3B. So the emergency means that an immediate action is imperative in the physical presence of a quorum is not reasonably practicable within the period of time requiring action. The determination that an emergency exists shall be made by the chairman or presiding officer, so since I'm here, that works, of the public body, and the facts upon which determination is based shall include in the minutes of the meeting. Each part of the meeting required to be open to the public shall be audible or otherwise discernible to the public at the location specified in the meeting notice at the location of the meeting. Each member participating electronically or otherwise must be able to simultaneously hear each other and speak to each other during the meeting and shall be audible or otherwise discernible to the public in attendance at the meeting's location. Any member participating in such fashion shall identify the persons present in the location from which the member is participating. Any meeting held pursuant to the terms of this paragraph shall comply with all the requirements of this chapter relating to public meetings and shall not circumvent the spirit and the purpose of this chapter as expressed in RSA 91-A:1. Each member participating in a meeting by the means described in this paragraph is deemed to be present at the meeting for the purpose of voting. All votes taken during such a meeting shall be by roll call vote. So, in person tonight, you have myself, Dennis Moran, Jordan Piper, Dan Guide, and remotely online, we have Annie Collier and Miss Barbara White. Is that everybody online? And then Annie and Barbara, could you please state if you're alone or with somebody else? Annie, why
This is Annie. I am in my home in Florida, and I am sometimes alone, sometimes not. Depends what goes on.
Barbara?
Yes, this is Barbara, and I am not alone. My husband is here, but he's in another room.
Thank you. So did I do that correctly? Perfect. I don't want to screw this up. And for items tonight on the agenda, do we want to salute the flag, or do we want to just roll this through as seamlessly as possible?
No, do the flag salute. It takes 2 seconds.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda tonight is Clifton and Kimberly Ward of Newton, New Hampshire request a public hearing for an auxiliary dwelling unit in a barn at 7 Highland Street, Newton, New Hampshire. The property is referenced as tax map 11, block 10, lot 9. So nobody's here to represent this project, so I think we're looking to continue it to the next meeting on...
I already called the wards and let them know.
Okay. So we're looking to continue the hearing until a month from today because we...
March 28th, yeah.
Thank you. So I'm looking for a motion to move that to March 20... Did you say the 8th? 28th?
28th.
So moved.
Can I?
This is Barbara, second.
So Barbara seconded. Thank you, Barbara.
Can I continue something I won't be at?
Yes.
It's fine.
You might be here.
Yeah.
I might be here. Good point.
We'll bring you in as an alternate if we need you.
So
He's already agreed to be an alternate.
Mr. Guide made the motion.
Mr. Chair, this is Annie.
Yes.
I have one comment about it. I didn't find it clear in the drawing where it's connected, how it's connected to the house. And I think that might be beneficial to the applicant to make that more clear on the diagram.
Okay, I think when I looked at it, there's one little connection piece, like a breezeway or something.
There is a
I see
breeze.
that written verbally, but I don't see it in the drawing, and it was a little hard to figure out where it was. I just think clarification might help. I won't be on the board voting, but
I will
just
bring that
think
up.
might be
Okay.
helpful.
Yeah, we can, it's right.
Yeah, that can be captured in the minutes in that point, and it can be brought forward to the next meeting. I understand what you're saying. It does have the right connection, but that comment can be brought forward.
I did speak with the engineer who did that drawing, and he put the breezeway on the wrong side of the house. The breezeway is actually on the driveway side between the house and the garage.
Okay.
That works.
And he has corrected it, but he only sent me one plan because I didn't want to confuse people by almost identical plans, and yeah.
That makes sense. So can we do a roll after Annie just clarified that and you reach out to the applicant? So Mr. Guide made the motion, Barbara seconded it.
Mr. Moran,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Mr. Guide,
Aye.
Mr. Piper.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Thank you. Second on the agenda tonight is a continuation of 125 Development New Hampshire Corp of Plaistow, New Hampshire, request for a public hearing for a 4-building site plan off South Main Street in Newton, New Hampshire. The property is referenced as tax map 14, block 1, lot 27-3. So today we actually received a letter from the applicant's agent,
Jones and Beach.
Jones and Beach, for this property, stating that they would like a continuance. Their reasoning was to give the town engineer additional time to review the hydrogeological report that was sent over. Just a point of clarification. The planning board received the previous study from 2007 after our deadline at noon on Tuesday. And then it was corrected that they sent the following, or the corrected document a little bit afterwards. So either way, I don't think the town engineer would have enough time to review that, but just for moving forward, we really would like these in at the time. Do you have something to mention?
Well, I was just going to give an update. So, Tom Lackboard, Northern Constructors agent for 125 Development. We've moved along in the DOT process. We'll have gone from 11 to number 4 in queue. So we're getting closer. And like you said, the hydrology study is done, it's completed. So we're just waiting for Mike's review, so when we come in. And I think we should be pretty much there. I'm hoping we have an AOT when I come in too, because I think we're in to the 28th of March now, the next meeting, right?
Yes, and probably, maybe.
Yeah.
You'll have
Because don't
comments
we have
back?
elections on the next one that you should be here or not?
We won't be here during the election.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if we go to the 28th, I feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
To continue it to then. And then maybe we can that night sit down and finish this up and get a vote and
Okay, so you're requesting continuance to the 28th,
Correct.
which is
That was what Jones and Beach had
so
out.
March 28th.
Dennis, just one comment.
Yep.
Nothing against the continuance. Because you will have so many potentially new members at that meeting, and this site has such a history because it's been going on for a while, I would recommend that the applicant, and Barry has been good about this, of bringing everything up to date with a cover letter that sort of gives where the project began and where you currently are. I think that would help the board. I think it would help the new members, and I think it would be a good clarifying document to have.
Yeah.
They've sort of been doing that all along.
Thank you for that, Jen. So yeah,
Would you want that from the engineer, like to
I think a time
I
frame.
think that would be fine.
Yeah.
to have,
Like a 1-page, 2-page letter with just
Yeah.
bullet points of like, we submitted on this date, it was continued.
bullet points? All right.
Bullet points would probably be helpful.
And Barry has done something similar for this board in the past few months.
Okay,
So.
all right. How many potential new members do we have?
4?
4. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
too
right.
bad. We don't know who the selectman will be.
I'm
What's
not-
that?
That's unfortunate. We worked hard to get there with all of you guys. Well, I wish everybody luck that was running and doing different things. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
to that same end, I'd like the board's permission to request of the engineer copies of the latest plan sets, so that I'd really like to give everybody on the board sort of like a fresh packet, because there's going to be 4 people for whom I do not have plans.
Okay, so you want me to replenish you with sets of plans?
Yeah, I need new plans
So
and documents.
should I just do the whole board, or just,
I was going to suggest,
do you
so
need
the
5
fact that
copies?
I know that starts to run into money,
Right.
but it'd be nice to be able to look at everybody and go, take everything you've got, keep your notes, but here's a fresh plan set, because it's going to be basically a new board.
So Jim, what are we talking about, 5 sets?
7.
7 sets?
Yeah.
Dennis is staying, isn't he? So, we're 8.
Excuse me?
Dennis is staying, I presume.
Yes, I'm staying.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So 7 sets, or do you want a new set for him too?
I'm fine with that one.
Okay. Then 7 would be good, because I also have some people that are coming on possibly as alternates. And I
Jim, what do you
need to
want,
be able
Jim?
to bring
Tell me
a
what you
whole
want.
bunch of people up
Do you
to
want
speed.
8?
Let's do 7. We'll go 7, and then just for the file, the the report you guys just submitted,
Okay, do you want, you want a full set of that?
just at least 3.
There's 4 pages there that need to be printed out there, the prints.
Yeah, just 3, so, because we don't have anything for the file.
Okay,
So,
And there was a document that Barry Geyer was going to give me at the end of the meeting, at the last meeting.
okay, what is it?
I have to go back through my notes and find out what it is, but he got up and left, and I never got
Okay.
it, so.
Jim, just send me an email and I will get it from Barry.
Okay.
And I'll remind him to do that.
but I think that's all for the paperwork. It's just that we don't, the hydrogeo, you guys just submitted it, and we just didn't get a hard copy yet, so.
Okay,
If they're printing everything, just so we have everything taken care of for your files.
okay.
And I did receive notice that they are working on a DES wetlands permit.
Okay.
Right, everything's underway.
Excuse me?
Everything's underway. I think there's a few things left to do that's coming.
Yeah.
On our end of it, everything's done.
Well, I ended up calling because the notice that was sent out had several errors in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. The same with the gas line company, we're waiting for them for our letter.
Yeah.
And a few things.
Well, I don't know whether or not they're going to need to send the notice on the wetland permit out again, because it has it being phase 1 and a subdivision.
Okay, I don't, obviously AOT comes with a new one, right? So,
Yeah.
right. So I don't know if we need to do that. Well, we might. I will talk to Barry about it, because that's our next thing on the agenda. That's where the most of that work is. So,
This is for the roadway.
this is for the roadway, the continued roadway. The loop.
For industrial way.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. Okay, I'll take care of that, Jim.
Well, I put it this way, in talking to that, it
Yeah.
was your mapping engineer, or
Tim Ferwawa, yeah,
Tim, yeah.
yeah.
I told him the errors in in the notice.
Okay.
Just figured it would help to keep things moving along.
That's all I want. Trust me. I got a building laying on the ground. I'm ready to go.
I probably fielded 8 phone calls from abutters going, what is this? Phase 1's been done for, and what are they subdividing? And I was like, okay. That's how I ended up speaking with Tim.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking to continue this to March 28th.
Right.
So moved.
Second.
This is Annie, I'll second.
Jordan already beat you.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Mr. Moran,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Mr. Guide,
Aye.
Mr. Piper.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Okay. Third on the agenda is a continuation of the 125 Development Corp. of Plaistow, New Hampshire's request for a public hearing for an amended site plan at 3, 5, 7, and 9 Puzzle Lane, Newton, New Hampshire. The property is referenced as tax map 14, block 1, lot 27-4. So my understanding is that your engineer was working on revised drawings.
Correct. And the bond estimate is what they're working on, but we don't know why we're on tonight. We asked for a month, so we're should be further out in time.
I do recall that.
Yeah, we're supposed to do it tonight.
Okay.
We were hoping tonight with we had other stuff on the other part,
Yep.
not this part today. So I just want to continue that back to where it was, or leave it the way it was.
Okay, that works for us. Do we even have to continue that, knowing that?
Barry said I should continue it just to make
Yeah.
it.
So a motion to continue, noting the fact that at the previous hearing, the applicant did request to be on the March 28th agenda.
Correct.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, Roger.
Has this site plan been, have you taken jurisdiction yet?
We have not.
Okay, thank you. I'll reserve my other comments till after you take jurisdiction then.
Thank you.
It'll be a new one, so because we need to we have to add a pond. Is what we're doing on the back there. The one that's missing, the pair that was missing on the back side of the northwest side of the property against Jamie Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
That we didn't. There's no ponds there, so we have to overcome that quantity of water. So
Okay, so
Dennis, just one thing. The minutes for the last meeting on the 14th, do you have this continued to today's date?
I
That may
don't,
be a misprint, just we may need to correct that in the minutes.
Yep.
If that is.
that was the next thing I was gonna double check.
Yeah, it definitely says today's date, but without looking at the video, I have no idea.
I do remember we specifically discussed
yeah.
going further out.
yeah, because we knew we weren't going to be ready. So
No, I remember
Yeah.
that too, but I'd have to rewatch the video to see.
either way,
day,
just
yeah.
continue it and to the same date as
Okay,
it'll be the 28th too. So I believe.
so you guys just continue working?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we can finish it up.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Mr. Moran,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Mr. Guide,
Aye.
Mr. Piper.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And once again, I'll be asking for additional copy for new members.
I think that they're probably going to,
It's all gonna
It,
be,
it,
all
it'll
good.
be brand new
it's gonna be
anyway.
brand new anyways if they have to add a pond.
Right. So it'll just be for everybody anyway. It'll be
Oh, okay,
It'd be like a
you have
fresh
whole new
start.
plans. Okay,
I mean, a lot will be the same, but there's new parts of the drawings will be redone because we got to
okay,
change quite a few things to make this work.
okay.
okay, perfect.
So I think
That works out well.
regardless who's there, it'll be all new.
Yep.
All right?
Then it's back to the,
Yeah.
if it's a new set, it's back to the 14 copies.
Correct. Because it'll be like you're handling a brand new one again, right?
Okay.
That's the way I'm looking at it, so.
Jen, with that note, do we just want to withdraw?
I don't think so. It's, oh, excuse me.
It's up to the applicant.
Okay.
If they want to, they would have to be the one. At this point, it's probably not worth it.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was a reason to do that, but it doesn't sound like there is.
I think we just leave it up, because I think the front side of the buildings, the southwest side looking at the buildings, nothing changes there. It's all in that corridor on the back end of it, the northwest side of them. And it's up in that corner, Jamie Fitzpatrick's, that whole turn, and 45 feet in the air looking down, trying to figure out, put a pond in there. Not fun, so. Okay, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you very much.
One final thing on that. I was asked to let you know when it goes past 3 months between noticing.
Okay,
So the board may want to consider, if they continue it again, issuing another non-certified notice to people.
just a mailing.
The next one. After the next one or this one?
I would say at the next
Okay,
meeting.
so the next meeting, if we have to go again, we're gonna have to send out.
Right,
a butter
that makes
letter.
sense. I mean, we're gonna need a work meeting first.
Yeah.
And then decide how we're gonna get this
Sure.
done, and then agree on it, and then if we need to do a mailing at that point, then that makes sense to me.
The board asked
Right.
me to let them know if it goes beyond
Right.
six meetings.
Right, so, well, I think we'll be in with more stuff for you guys for that meeting anyway.
Okay.
All the housing's coming, so I think it'll be ready to go. Everything we finished up in zoning late last year,
Yep, it's,
yeah, that's all coming now, so.
Okay.
So, put it this way, I'm not going in for the next 2 years. I'll be here every night. Awesome, thank you guys.
Thank you. Have a good night. Let's see. Next.
NPREA accounts, Jim, anything?
NPREA
NPREA.
accounts.
Just checking. Send me an email, you need something.
I was just gonna say, I didn't look through the NPREA
Okay,
accounts today.
just send me an
so-
email, so
Okay.
I don't want to come and, I want to start clean. All
Find out notices didn't go out because the NPREA's,
Sure.
right, thanks, Jim. All right, thank you.
and that one, the 27.4 that's the lowest one. 27.3 still has some.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is just board business. So acceptance of the meeting from February 14th, 2023, noting that we have to correct the continuance for 27/4.
And I apologize, I wrote February instead of March.
No, that's,
So moved.
is there any other discussion on that? No, sorry.
Still moving it.
Okay, Dan's
That was
moving
Mr.
it.
Piper. Yep. Ms. White?
Aye.
Ms. Collier?
Aye.
Mr. Piper?
Aye.
Mr. Guide?
Aye.
Mr. Moran?
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Next is approval of the NPREA Manifest. This was a very large expense of $14.98.
So move.
Second, this is Barbara.
Ms. White?
Ms. White, you were muted if you said yes or aye.
Aye, sorry.
That's okay. Ms. Collier?
Aye.
Mr. Piper?
Aye.
Mr. Guide?
No, I'm just kidding. It's aye. $14. It's ridiculous.
Mr. Moran,
Aye.
I'm sorry, I have to balance my petty cash bag,
I know.
and it drives me up a wall. Okay, so that is unanimous.
And with that, unless there's any other comments, I would like to adjourn the meeting at 7:25.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to sign
Drive
that.
safe, everyone.
Yeah, be safe, everybody. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
I'd like to
Good night,
thank the
folks.
people that are leaving the board for their participation. And one has volunteered to become an alternate.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, thank you.